Hey crafty people, this is Ellen with EGI Designs. Today I was going to make a birthday card, so I thought I'd take you along for the ride. I have this super duper cute Taylored Expressions Hedgehugs, and this has the stamp and the stencil, and it has a cover plate die to go with that. And I was going to put them on, like just take a little, like a cluster of them, and put it on using this postage die. I'm going to use the Altenew Polar Bear, Icy Water, Winter Lake, Arctic Mountain for the hedgehogs. I'm going to emboss with silver embossing powder for all their details. And then their bodies, I was going to use the Lost Shadow Distress ink. I thought that would be light enough to go well with the blues. I do have the Altenew Enamel dots, the Northern Shore, and these are the ones that match with this set of inks. And then I wasn't sure which happy birthday I was going to put on there, so I pulled out a bunch, and we'll see what looks right when we get there. And then this is what I was showing before. This is from ModaScrap, and it's a bunch of different postage dies, and they have the insides too, so you could cut a frame or another panel to put on top. And I'm going to cut that out of Distress White Heavy Stock because on this particular panel I'm going to do some ink smushing for a nice background. So let me get some of this stuff out of the way. And I was also going to use, I have these rub-on transfers from scrapbook.com. This one is the Vintage Scripts Silver, and I liked the music notes here, and I thought we could put some on the background, kind of like you know, singing a happy birthday song or something like that. So first thing I will do, I'm trying to think. First things first. I think I'll do the ink smushing first. Give that a time to dry, and then we can cut that out. Alright. So I think I'm gonna do a couple of different colors. I have the Polar Bear. Not that you can see that on my purple mat. Icy Water. Oh, and you can see a little better. And maybe a little bit of the Winter Lake. I'll just spray this. And then I'm actually going to just break up the ink a little bit. So this is the Craft Heavy Stock in the white, and you just squish it down. See? It gives a really nice effect. Nice and soft. Okay, and then you can dry it, and then you can add another layer. This is just a Ranger Heat It tool, and I like it because it disperses the heat more evenly, so it dries faster. Let's see what else we can pick up here. If you dry in between layers, you will actually layer the color. if you just keep putting more and more and more on and you don't dry, then it will just all meld together and you won't get the layered effect. See here with the additional on the top, we have another layer and that looks pretty cool. Okay, just gonna add a little bit more. Then you can hold up the die and just see, oh, do I like this part? Do I like this part? Do I need to add more? So I think I need a little bit more over here. Okay, I think that's good. Let's try this. Okay, that feels pretty dry. Just gonna clean up my work surface. And I love the glass mats because you can just clean them right up with water. This one I actually just got for my birthday from Glassboard Studios, and I love it. And this one is magnetic also, so if you needed to, they have these crazy magnets, and they just, I mean, this is very sturdy. All right. I think that'll make a nice background for that. All right. I'm going to cut this out and I will be right back. Okay. Oh, that looks great. And I love on this die that it leaves like a nice little like an edge on there. So nice little detail with a couple of lines. Alright, so that is super cute. And now onto the even more super cute hedgehogs. Let's see. Okay, so this is a rubber stamp, and then you stamp this, and then you use the stencils, and there are 3 stencils on this one. Out. Because this is a red rubber stamp, you actually need to take your mat out of your Misty. So right now I had my Waffle Flower grip mat in there, so I'll take that out. And let's see. I don't need all of the edges to this, so what I'm gonna do is, I don't need a piece of paper that's as big as this, or that is as big as the stamp, apologies. So I'm going to use some temporary adhesive and just put this right in the middle. I don't know why there's a little mark on here already. Alright, so put that over. Okay. Alright, so I was going to emboss this, so the first thing that we need to do is we need to powder up. And this takes off any static or oils or things like that, because otherwise the powder will stick to those things that are on the paper. Okay, so I have my Simon Says Stamp Clear Embossing Ink, and where did I put? And I have Simon Says Stamp Ultra Fine Silver. Get this ready to go. Okay. And I'll do this a couple times just to make sure we get good coverage. And it is helpful to have a pressure tool to help transfer all that ink on there. Okay, so what you do is I'm just grabbing a printer paper. Oh, that looks so cute. Alright, so you put this over the paper and you pour on the powder. And you cover the whole thing, and in this case it looks a little weird because it's just the outlines of the hedgehogs, but we did get really good coverage on that, and I don't see any extra powder where we don't want it. I'm trying to avoid dumping this into my Misty. And then you just funnel it, the extra powder, back into the container. And then what I like to do is just take a Swiffer cloth and wipe off your surface, because that powder can get everywhere. Alright, so next thing we need to do is we need to melt the powder. So you need an embossing gun for that, and you put it on the high level. And I'm going to let this warm up for a little bit before I put it to the paper. So, and this will be loud, so sorry. I don't know if you can see it turning there, but it turns from a powder and it melts. You don't want to overheat it once it melts. Move on to the next spot. So I'm just checking in the light here. You can see how it transformed. And I'm just making sure that it is melted and good to go. Alright, looks pretty good. Okay. Next we need to do the stenciling. For that, I'm going to bring in, I have a little bit bigger Waffle Flower grip mat, and this is made out of the same material as a stamp, so it's very sticky, but it'll hold your paper for you while you're stenciling. And it won't move on there at all. Okay. I'm just looking at these, try to see what's going on. I think this one is their body. And you can look through, here, I don't know if I can pick it up. If you see, like around, there it is, you can see the line, and that is where you would place it over, so it's like a little guide. Okay, stick that down. And the good thing about the mat too is that now everything is stuck, so I don't even have to hold it. Alright, so this I was going to do with the Lost Shadow. And I kind of want to go light on this. I don't really want them too dark, so I'll just do a really light. I'm just gonna peek that's so cute. I think just a little bit more and then we'll be good to go. Trying to find my cloth. Alright, so this I'm gonna wipe while it's still on here. And I'm trying also to make sure to get the ink off of the embossed parts because those will resist the ink and they could smear if you leave the ink on top of that. Oh my goodness, that is so cute. Alright, so let's see. I think I'm gonna start with icy water. I think too, I want to do a little bit of shading. Just around the outside. I'm going to take the Winter Lake and add a little bit of shading with that as well. Okay. Alright, same thing. I'm going to wipe it while it's on here. Oh my goodness. Look how cute these are. And it looks really awesome with the embossing on there too. Oh my goodness. Ah, they are the cutest. Alright, and then the last stencil. This one I'm gonna go for trying to think of what I want to do. maybe we'll go with the polar bear and then do some detail work with a darker one. I just rubbed that off on my paper towel because I'm going to a lighter color. Maybe we can even be brave and try the Arctic Mountain. This is a very dark color, so I need to be very careful. Now for the reveal. Oh my goodness. Look at them. I cannot take how cute they are. Oh, so good, so good. Alright, while I'm here, I'm just going to clean off my stencils, and all I use to do that is rubbing alcohol, and I just have it in a repurposed spray bottle. You spray it on. Wipe it off. Not sure where my bigger cloth is today, so I apologize. This one is a microfiber cloth from Simon's Stamp, which I really like. Okay. All right. I think I was thinking that I would cut a grouping of these out and put them on here. So I kind of want these middle ones. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Also too, before I run this through the die cut machine, I don't want to get adhesive on my plates there. So I'm gonna take off the temporary adhesive. This is just an adhesive eraser, and it's really great for those purposes. And I'm going to actually cut this face up, and that is so can leave the pieces in here. Because I'm going to try to do something clever. So we shall see how that goes. I'm just trying to get out my plates. Just trying to get it even with all of the little hedgehogs. Like I said, I'm actually going to cut it up. And I will run this through and I will be right back. Okay. My misty magnet. Let's see. Like, stay in, stay in, stay in. Hooray. Okay. The reason why I wanted to do that is because hopefully this will work. But I wanted to put foam on the back of these and then attach them to this. But I like the layout that it is. So I'm hoping to be able to keep it together like that. Let's see. Just have some thin foam squares. Trying to think which ones I want to do. And you can totally just like take these all out and then arrange them how you wanted to. You don't have to keep them in the order that they are, but I, for whatever reason, thought I would do it this way. So, I think the tricky part will be getting the backs off without pulling these out. Alright, new plan. I am going to use the back as a guide. I just want to make sure I have all the ones that I have the foam on. Okay, so this one was already, we had already taken the back off, so I'll stick him right there. Just want to try to make sure I got them in the right. Okay. I love this one. It is so cute. I'm just gonna peel this off. And there we go. Oh my goodness. Just like a cute little cluster. So let's see, what do we want to do next? Trying to think if we should put like a cord or ribbon around. First, we can add the rub-ons and see. think this is just one. Yep. Alright, so I'm going to cut out the music. And I probably should have done this before I put on the hedgehogs, but I will make this work. Alright, so what you do is there's a backer on there, and I don't want to use all of it. And it's kind of sticky. And then you just rub. This is a Tim Holtz remnant rub, but you could use a bone folder. You could use like a stylus, like that kind of a thing. You just need to have pressure to put that down. And I didn't want this to be perfect, but so we'll see how this comes out. Oh, that looks really cute. And then over here, I'm just going to put some down the side. And also what you can do is after you're done, like take the release paper and you can use that to make sure it's all stuck on there well. I just have a little hanging off there. Save that. Alright, so that adds a little texture on there. I think that looks pretty cute. Alright, so now we have to figure out the happy birthday. This might be cute over on, I think I was thinking across the bottom, but this might be cute over on the side. And that's too much, that's too big. I think I like it going across the bottom a little bit, but I do like it just in the corner. I think I'm gonna go with this one. This is the Concord and 9th Butterfly Beauty Stamp Set. This is gorgeous too. I like it with the layering. It's so pretty. But today is all about the hedgehogs. Okay. Put this in my mini Misty. Trying to find a good spot for that magnet. I think I'll borrow the other one too. So I'll put it on the top. So I'm just looking through the window here on the line, using one of the lines to make sure that that's straight. I think what I'm gonna do is heat emboss this so it's shiny, but I'm gonna stamp it in this Winter Lake first so that it will be the color of the inks that we used. Oh yeah, that looks so cute. So I'm going to wipe this off. And then we're going to use the Simon Says Stamp Clear over that. Clear powder. Not the sparkle powder. Okay. Alright, so we do it like the other one. So I put the powder on, and now I'm going to use the clear ink, and that's just going to go right over the top of that. But now it's going to be sticky, because dye inks dry very quickly, so it's really hard to use heat embossing on them. But if you have a sticky ink on the top, then you are good to go. Okay. And again, we will heat this one as well. And you can see now that that is nice and shiny. I was just trying to, some of the rub-ons are across the postage notches. Okay, so now we have our panel for the card. I'm trying to think now, how do we want to finish the card? We could do a square card. We could do a regular card and then have space at the bottom. I think I'm gonna do, I think I'll go with a square card. And this one, this die is about 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. So I think 4 1/2 by 4 1/2. So we need a 9 by 4 1/2. So since we need a long one, I'll use my Spellbinders trimmer. And I love this trimmer. And it has the scoring and the cutting all together. So let's see, we needed 9 by 4 1/2. So and then score at 4 1/2. I like to use the edge here to help fold this. I'm using Accent Opaque 120 pound cardstock. So this is very thick and can be hard to line up sometimes. Oh, that's so cute. I love it. Oh my goodness. Alright, so this is a pretty warped piece, so I think I'm actually gonna pop it up. Let me just grab my foam tape. Alright, so I have the Big Mama foam tape from Simon Says Stamp, and this is very thin, so it just gives you a little bit of lift without a ton of bulk on your card. And these are the Simon Says Stamp Everyday Scissors, and they're coated with Teflon so they don't stick on sticky things, which is also awesome. And I like to make sure to put the foam in the middle so that you don't get a sag when it goes through the mail. Just trying to see if there's anything else we need to add to this. I think it looks cute. I'm kind of debating about whether to put a little bit of ink on the edge of here, and I think I might do that. But I'm just going to go really light and use the polar bear. Just so it's not like a stark white. It's hard to see because it's such a light color, but it is there. Yeah, that looks good. All right. I'm just using a vinyl weeding tool to peel these off. Usually it works pretty well, but can depend on the weather, whether the backs want to come off. Alright, I am going to put a little glue on the back just to give me a little wiggle room. This is the My Sweet Petunia Precision Glue Press. Trying to get rid of the big glops. Okay. I'm just trying to center this up best I can. And it's kind of distorted a little bit from the heat embossing. But I think we have it. Let me just get a block to hold this. All right. Just clean up a little bit while it's sticking. that is doing what that's doing. I'm gonna start decorating the inside a little bit, and what I like to do is I always put a panel insert in here because I know that I would not be able to write a message and not mess it up inside, and I don't want to mess up my whole card if I do that. So I will be putting another panel here, but I thought it could be fun to put some of this music around the edges, so then it would peek out. Just trying to see if there's a right way up here. I think that's... So when the panel is in here, this will show from behind that. And usually I have the panel, it's about a 1/4 inch, a 1/2 inch smaller. Oop, I guess that wanted to come too. Okay. Alright, so this would be a case where I would use this. I'm gonna smooth that down a little bit. You can just brush off if there's any over the edge there. And I don't want this to come over to the other side, so I'm going to put this paper right along the score line. So take that off for now. And it is very sticky, so just be mindful of that. I'm just stuck on this a little bit. Just want to burnish that down. Okay. I'll cut a piece right now actually, and I'll show you. So this is 4.5 by 4.5, so I'll do 4.25 by 4.25. I think this piece, hopefully, this scrap should be enough. Okay, so when I put this in, you're going to see the music around the edges. I actually might make this a little bit, even a little smidgy more small. Just so it cuts cleanly, I'm going to use my Guillotine trimmer. So I can just take off a little edge of it without it getting crumply. There, and then we have more of the music showing, so I like that a little bit better. Okay, so what I usually do is I will do some kind of a stamp in here, like a butterfly, stencil, something like that, and then I put a sentiment that matches whatever this card is. So I'd put another happy birthday for you, or like have an awesome day, or something like that. What I think I will do for this one is I'm going to put some of these little hedgehogs inside. So that will be cool. Alright, we can finish up the front of this, and then we can maybe go through the inside too, if that would be helpful for you. But one thing I wanted to do that I thought would be so cute is to take one of these hearts and put it on one of the hedgehogs. Let me see. Oh my gosh. I'm like trying to figure out which one would be best. I think this one, because it's by the happy birthday. And I'm wondering if we should do the darker one. No, I think the mid. Just want to try to get it exactly. Oh my goodness. I love it, I love it. Alright. So we got to use that. Okay. Let me clean up a little bit, and then I will be right back and we can do the inside. Okay, so I had a little bit extra of the music, so I put that on that corner there. And now I'm just going around with my sanding block to make sure that that is smoothed off on the edges, because they were kind of hanging off there. The front is good. Okay, so this is our card. I think it came out super sweet, and I love the heart on there. So now we can do the inside. I can show you how I do that. Just getting back to my Misty. So we need to figure out which ones we want to put in here, because then that'll determine which happy birthday that we use. This one. This is kind of my go-to birthday set. This is the Papertrey ink Birthday Your Way, and you can see it has a ton of different options there. A font for every need, I think. Let's see. I think that'll be good. Alright, so I'm going to use, I think, the Winter Lake again. looks nice. Okay. I like the sketchy look of that font. And I have Gina K Tidy Towel. I cut it in half so it's a little bit smaller, and then I just keep it in a DVD case. Okay. This hedgehog is so cute. Oh my goodness. I like the little one too, the front on one. I think I'll go with this one because it's a little bit darker. Alright. So this I just have the Gina K Precision bottle, which appears to be clogged right now. Gotta love it. You just put a pin in there and it'll clear it. And then we have all these hedgehogs left for another project. I'll probably even put one on the inside here. I think I'll do that. Okay, so we have the outside, and then we have the inside, and then when I get done with my message I will write it on here, use my tape runner, and then just put it in here, and then you get the music detail around the edges there. So I think this turned out to be a very, very cute card, and I appreciate you coming along with me for that. Everything that I used today I will put in the description box, and link to all of the things, and those are affiliate links, which means if you click on them and end up making a purchase, that really helps me out in my channel, and I appreciate you shopping through my links. I hope that you like, subscribe, and all that jazz. And until next time, thanks for stopping by and have a great day. Bye-bye.